Generic greetings and welcome back to Railroads. Today's beverage is a lovely chilled and quite carbonated lemon and lime soda, the name of which is a number and a direction. Either way, welcome back to the game. And previously we were playing on the Hill Valley Rush, one of the few maps, in fact it might be the only map actually, that doesn't have any water on it, and we didn't really have any gold in mind because we've been doing a fair number of challenges previously, so I thought we'd just have a bit of a mess around on this one. And it's not something we often play because it's the custom/multiplayer maps, basically it's not like a realistic one, which is what I prefer. But either way, we're going to jump back onto Railroads and do a bit of a challenge, and there's been a couple of people suggested several different challenges, so thank you if you've left a comment regarding one of those. And the one that I really liked is, I believe it's like the Stop Following Me challenge. Essentially, we can only go to areas where the AI is. So when we start, we're going to have to look for the AI, and we'll make a run to the closest. This might, be a fail from the very beginning, I should point out. But yeah, the idea is that we do that, and wherever the AI goes, we can go. If the AI isn't in place, we can't go there either. So that's going to be a bit of a double whammy here. Firstly, we're going to be competing directly against AI. Secondly, we're not going to be taking advantage of towns, cities, and industries, mainly, that the AI hasn't gone to. So yeah, let's see how we get on. So we're in Wrexham, and I'm going to have a look around to see where our nearest neighbour is. So naturally, what I would do if we weren't setting up a challenge here, I would go straight Wrexham over to Liverpool, because why would you not? Start doing passengers and mail over to Manchester. You get the idea. There's no one in Birmingham. Let's go down to the bottom. Taunton, there's no one there. There's someone in London. No, there's no one in London. Actually, is there any AI on this map? Yes, there is. So in Norwich, we do have Isambard, Kingdom Brunel. Let me max these out. So we've got ourselves, we've got Jim Hill, and we've got George Hudson. No one in Peterborough, no one in Nottingham. Lincoln is completely empty. I'm trying to find, let's see the closest AI. There's Salisbury. Okay, so I'm just trying to find the next AI. Is that Clandernode? Yes, Wells there, and let's see, I would love to grab that call and send it over to Liverpool, but we can't. That's part of the challenge. I don't know where the other AI is. Let me have another look here, because we do need to find them. If they're like right next to us and I travel halfway across the map, I'm going to kick in myself. Yeah, Bristol's completely empty. Taunton, we've got the coal company here. Poole, that's over in Dorset, isn't it? Right, so George Hudson is in Salisbury. I haven't really checked the very bottom right. Oh yeah, typical Hastings. That's Jim Hill. Okay, so I believe then the closest, just double check, familiarise myself with this area here, in Norwich, so it's going to be in Salisbury. So we have to travel from our current location over to Salisbury, which is basically across the entirety of the map. This is going to get very expensive, and it's going to get very expensive very quick. So over to Salisbury. You notice I'm not going through the other area, but I will go to here and then like so. So we have managed to get over here. I'm going to have to sell some shares and put that in there, and then we're going to be very selfish and say 5-3, and then back and forward, and then job done. So that is the first part of the challenge. We have been to an area where the AI is, and we're not allowed to go anywhere else until the AI does. Now, naturally, it means connecting up to the other AI will increase my options for what we can do. But that's a very expensive thing to be cracking on with, isn't it? Especially at the very early juncture of the video, so I'm not too sure. I mean, I could go over to Norwich, that is a possibility, but I mean, I could go over to Hastings actually, because Hastings is actually not too far away from here. In fact, you know what, I am actually going to do just that. I'm going to go and double track this thing. I'm going to take a very sharp right here. Actually, no, because it's downhill, and then we're just going to basically cut straight to the map. And sell some more shares, and sell even more shares. Come on, sell shares. And we're going to go around and then do something like that. Okay, so we'll say building, and I'm going to have to sell even the last remaining part of my shares there. And it's going to be fill up, passengers and mail, and job done. Luckily, the AI has now went over to... Oh, it's went over to Chelmsford. It hasn't went to London, which is curious, but it means that we can go to Chelmsford. I mean, not with the money that we currently have, because I'm absolutely Well, there are multiple terms. Brassic, skint. Yes, monetarily challenged, I think, is another term. We do have a hospital here, and that would be really good for us to start sending things over, because we do have all these. Oh, look at that! Right, I don't think I've seen that in a long, long time. So, in Manchester, there is a chemical plant. And on the map, there are 4 sheep farms. 3 of them are within eyesight of Manchester. We could make, if we were to have a closed loop, we could make chemicals. Well, sorry, no. We could take chemicals, nitrates, yeah. Send nitrates to Manchester. Turn the let me buy some shares. Turn the nitrates into... Yeah, transfer the nitrates to Manchester. Manchester will then turn the... via the chemical plant, the nitrates into medicine. Medicine you can bring down to Wrexham. So basically, we could make a lot of money very, very quickly. It's not going to happen, because obviously we don't have that option. Here we go. Portsmouth. Let's go ahead, and we're going to double track this thing. We're going to connect this up. We're then going to spur off from here, and I'm going to have to sell them many shares, aren't I? Yes, I am. And oh wow, really? That's impressive. How little money I actually have. 222 passenger locomotive there. Digging through that tunnel there, that is absolutely bankrupted me basically. Fair enough. So I'm just waiting for the cars to come in. Let me just go ahead and max speed this out, because we might as well. And I'm just going to have a line going back and forward to and from Portsmouth. So I'm just going to wait for this thing to come in, and then we will make a tiny bit of money. And I will stress it will be a tiny bit of money, because... yeah, it's only got, I think, 3 passengers on the front. You can tell because of the oh no, it's got some mail as well. So there we go. So we'll go to there, and we're going to say 3-2 back and forward, and that's fine. Looks like they went over to Poole, and that's good. And they've got a coal plant there, so we can, if I was so inclined, I could go and start bringing in some steel to the steel mill. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that just yet. How's things going over here? It's actually going quite well for them, just not for me. We currently are at the bottom of the pile on 1.3 million. So, not good. Chelmsford is... yeah, that's all going well. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rush over to here and see if there's anything else. Have they travelled north in any way, shape or form? They have not. I'm tempted, you know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy the steel mill. I'm going to try and buy the steel mill out. Yeah. It might be a mistake. But then, well, it is what it is. Let's do that. And we've got the steel mill. I wouldn't have thought we'd have got that quite so early. And quite so cheaply. That's all good. It's all good. Right, over to Chelmsford. I'll give myself some options by doing that, because then I can go over the top. 3-2, just because the distance is so. Ipswich, there is now a connection there. And we could probably head over to... right, they've got a sheep farm here. Stockyard is going well. Okay. I'm not going to have that for that amount of money. 25% cheaper to build rails, it's worth me having it just so nobody else does. Yeah, no, Jim Hill's put a bid on that one. I'm not going to go over 100,000, I've decided. But I do want to buy out this stockyard, because that's making money. We've got it, okay. That's fine. If I start bidding on it now, it might be a big mistake. Because we haven't got much money. Okay. Let's start it now. Let's see if I can buy this stockyard out. There was no note whether or not I can buy other stock that the AI isn't in. I think that might be an extension of the challenge, but we're okay as we are at the moment. Right, there's that one going. We do have stuff coming to and from Bristol now, so I can go over to Bristol. Where would I go from, though? Probably from Salisbury? I think. I think so. Yeah, so we'll go Salisbury. Skirt around to Bristol. There we go. 3-2. And I should probably go ahead and, in Salisbury, because it's the biggest connection, go for a terminal. And, oh, that's bad. Okay, so I don't own any stock. However, Jim Hill does own some of our company. Let's start buying out our stock. Strangely, we were at the bottom of the pile, but now we're actually second? Now that is interesting. Can we go over to Ipswich? Can we go over to Ipswich? I mean, we can. It's just a bit... It's a bit dicey. Alright, we'll try it. Go on then. That's going to be one of those upstairs depots. 3-2 again. We're only doing passengers and mail so far. I don't know why that's the case. Nobody's went over to London, which is a curious one. 422 Iron Duke has just been released. Passenger locomotive. And money's rolling in. Salisbury's... Look at the size of Salisbury! Look at it! I don't know why. It's just because I lined these up, so it looks like it's just got so many tracks. Well, in which case, to be fair, it does. It does. Portsmouth. Do I need to level up there? No. Fishing village there. Can't really do anything with that. There's double connections at the steel mill there. There's nothing being taken over there, which is a bit of a pain. Have we got anyone that went to Birmingham or any parts of the north? Nottingham, Peterborough? No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. There's a power plant which is going to be making money, so I'm going to buy that out now while it's all okay. George Hudson's immediately jumped on it, even though it's nothing to do with them at all. But there you are. Fertilizer innovation, shrink local demand for nitrates. Okay, fine. There we go, that's now done. So the ranch is working well. I think what I can probably do, I might look out, and no, I'm gonna have to go over the top, aren't I? Okay, go on to Norwich here, and it's gonna be from there. That'll do. So we're bringing food over now. Jim Hill has sold their share in my company, but George Hudson has now jumped on top of that one. And yeah, that's some incline. It's more of a funicular railway than a standard one, isn't it? 231 generic units of currency to buy more of my shares, which I will now do. We are valued at 3.6, which is just over Isambard Kingdom Brunel at 3.5.5. So that's all good. It probably would benefit us levelling up our stations and then to terminals, because you get increased load and unload speed, but also extra passengers and mail bonus. Yeah. So, and that's since our business, it literally is our business, passengers and mail. I think it is worthy of the level up there. Why is that sitting around doing nothing? The Chelmsford Express en route. Is it because I haven't double tracked it? That's why I haven't. That's what's happened there. Extra delivery bonus for perishables. To be fair, I am actually delivering perishables, but I'm not paying 100,000. Don't really need that in my life at this stage. So yeah. And let's see about maybe buying a bit more stock. There we go. So we own 40% of our company. George owns 10. Let's have a quick check at the top of the map here. We've got in... See, look at all that. I mean, obviously we do have this stockyard, but there's like 11 to transport from that stockyard. But, you know, I mean, I could go over there myself. And there's 7 here. It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I'm going to double track here, which is going to probably break the game, right? But let's just accept that that's the case. So from this point up to... Oh my good grief. Yeah, that's not happening. That ain't happening. That can happen, though. So at least we can go on the other side of that one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Let's start leveling up, actually. I think we're going to start ranking up our connections. So upgrade, station, then a terminal. That's the upstairs terminal. Look at the height of that bridge. Good grief. Chelmsford, going to have a similar thing. Station, and then a terminal. The trains are working well over at Chelmsford, which is good. Yeah, that seems to be alright. That's trying to get up that incline, and I mean it's managing to do it, but it is struggling, to be fair. Where are we on? We need another 150,000 for ranking up. As I said, if we were to have free reign, I'm not saying we would have. No, it was a definite win. But these 3 sheep plants, and the chemical plant, and the hospital, all next to each other, it's like, you know, it is game winning, almost. 060 DX goods. There you go. And I'm going to say double level up there. I've done Salisbury, but I'm just going to double check for the avoidance of doubt, yes. Portsmouth, I don't think I have. Not, I actually have done that. Poole is levelling up. Yeah, there's loads of steel that hasn't been transported. Okay. Yeah, Portsmouth we've just double checked. Hastings is to do with a level up. Let's go with that one. And another just less than 4 generic units of currency before we get that one. Yeah, that's all leveled up. Chelmsford is done. I know Ipswich is done. So just Norwich to do. How are we doing for stocks and shares? We're doing quite well. We're over 5,000, which it's the only company out of the 4 that is valued at that amount. So we must be doing something, right? Like I said, we cannot go anywhere where the AI isn't. And they've extended, that's a word now. Expanded right over here to Lincoln. Okay. Well, naturally, no, they've also they've gone all the way back here to the sheep farm. Right, so what they're going to be transporting, it's going to be textiles, isn't it? Let's get this textile mill in. And then George Hutchin just put a bit on straight away. Who actually is here? It's Brunel. Okay. And there's that done. To be fair, getting the stockyard might be the way to go. I mean, I'm tempted to head over there myself. Although... No, let's just get that stockyard. Because I think they are going to end up going... I don't know what it is about George, but they really have their eyes on the prize when it comes to our company and our interests. They just keep on bidding on everything that we've set an auction to. There's Brunel. Now, I expected that makes more sense, because, you know, this literally is their turf. But we've got it. Oh, right, people are in London. Excellent. Right. What I'll do, just because I don't want to go up and over. Or do I want to go up and over? Yeah, that's far too steep. I'll do that. And we can go to this side of the river. Like that. Clothing. Why not? Good. Where's that clothing coming from? The textile mill, of course. Well, we'll have that. We'll have that. Jim Hill is over there. This is George. There's George again. Putting a bit on this one. Okay. Right, I can understand this now, because naturally this is stuff they're transporting. So this makes perfect sense. I mean, I'm still going to buy it. You understand? But there you go. Station terminal. Brilliant. Okay. We've got in people over here. I've just seen that level up in Lincoln. There's more stuff going to there. Someone's going to head to Nottingham sooner rather than later. I'm very aware that I've not really expanded for a long time. And there's George putting another bid on my my company. This is the McCoy lubricator painted house maintenance costs on all trains. It's pretty much, in my eyes, the best patent you can get, especially if you've got a large amount of locomotives running. So we've got the sheep farms there. We are in Portsmouth, and the textile mill is making money, so we'll start to put a cheeky bid on that one. As I said, the challenge, I know I've mentioned it before, but, you know, to reiterate, the challenge was to only go places where the AI is. Whether that be towns, cities, companies, businesses, whatever. But there was no no to being able to buy things elsewhere, and I think it's definitely within the spirit of the challenge. You know, we set these rules, and to quote another YouTuber, rules make rules lawyers. So we're self-governing ourselves on this one. Let's buy a bit more stock. What we valued at 7.2. Pretty impressive considering. Jim Hill is... well, they've got nothing. Oh! Now, this is interesting. It occurs to me. What happens when I buy a company out? If I liquidate their assets and rip up the rail lines, I'll have to wait for another AI to go there before I can go there myself. We might already have businesses there, which is fine, because we built it when there was another business, when there was another railroad. So I think that is fine. But say, for example, like over in Nottingham here, for example, yeah? Are they going to be running chemicals over there? Surely you would think so. So if we liquidate all of Brunel, like, we can't go around here anymore, because there's nobody there to visit. Right, I'm very aware that I've sort of stagnated a little, and that worries me so. I need to get over to Lincoln to there, but how am I going to do that? Am I literally going to have to go around here? I think I am. I mean, I could go over. Right. But I'm very aware I'm going over track. Oh, that'll be fine. Actually, that's okay there. That's not too bad at all. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to double track. And then I'm going to go up and over to here. And then this, which is, it's sketchy. I'm very aware. Yes. 3, 2. And 3, 2. And I'm in a deficit. Right. The chemical plant is making absolute money. Look at that. It's off the charts. I need to buy that out as soon as possible. I could sell some shares. That would be very possible for me to do. But I don't really want any more going on the market unless I can absolutely help it. What I would very much like to do is not just buy out the chemical plant, but build a hospital in somewhere. Lincoln, maybe. And then just transport all that stuff there. In fact, where is the nearest hospital? Actually, I know where the nearest hospital is. It's where we are. How are we going to do the Medical Express? I think it's happening, you know. I think it's happening. So go there. Go here. Sharp corner. Over to Wrexham, where we started. Oh, they're in Liverpool as well now. And we double track. And we go there. Okay. And then it is from there. Medical. Wait until full. Close. Go there. Clear the car. 3, 2. Rush back. And then when he goes down, his nitrates fill. Just as we, yeah, transport that. Increase pulling power for all things. It's pretty good, actually. Don't know if I need it. What I do want to do, though, is go over to Liverpool. I might as well put a cheeky another bid on that one. I'm not letting Brunel have that for that. Like so, we're doing a bit of freight. You know what, mate? You can have that. Whatever. You do you. There we go. I'll go and open another cheeky. I can't say I can't put cheeky bid in it. I haven't got the cheeky money. But we are going to buy out the hospital. Although, once again, George has something to say about that. Luckily, we've got the funds available. And there we go. Station terminal in Lincoln. Nottingham. Same again. Well, only one of them so far. Got people in Manchester there. Let's go with the terminal. It's going to make it a bit easier for us now, actually, because I can go to there. Oh, darn it. Nope, it worked. We're good. And from Manchester... Sorry, from the Lincoln's... Was it the Lincoln Spur? No, Nottingham. We can go to Manchester. Although, I didn't have enough money to place that there. That chemical plant surely is going to start making money. Let's put a bid on that one. George Hudson once again. Not changing the tune. Remind myself a second. Yes, I did. I was going to say I did buy that out. And then station terminal, passengers and mail. There and there. And just realised, which is really, really good. Right, didn't mean to click there, but whatever. It's actually going to work out beautifully well. We're going to say from here, wait until full, and transport the transport the goods, all of the medicine from Manchester. Right, let's have a quick look at our opponents. Let's see then. So top spot is actually surprisingly ourselves on 13.5 million generic currency valuation. The next is then it's a very close call between Brunel and George Hudson, both sitting on around 7.5 million. Excuse me. And after that, it is Jim who is pretty much having to sell their entire network of stuff because they've got no money. I'm going to wait until I've got the 915,000 required to buy out my last remaining bit of stock. So we own 60% of our company. The rest is owned by George. So that's fine. George is also now currently bidding on Jim. And there's Brunel as well. Okay. All right. We definitely have a lot of trains that have got nothing else going on. Can I do this? I can. So it's going to come around and go to there. Bad steel stings local steel industry. Yeah. You've got all the Manchester stuff up here. I mean, I could probably expand to here. But do I need to? Like, if the AI is doing its thing anyway. I'd very much like the AI to head over to this company here. 422 Johnson Midland Spinner. That's a mixed cargo type. That'll do me. So I'm going to upgrade all of our locals because they are basically were on this thing. And that's, if we go to this, it's going to double the speed of all of these trains. So that's what we want. I don't know if this is a good idea to upgrade the lot, but I'm just going to do it anyway, just to finish it off, really. Yeah. And there we go. Alright, so with that said and done, let's start buying out some stock, specifically George's. And looks like there's another upgrade over here, which is good. Interesting. Brunel has absolutely romped away. 40% of George's stock. Okay, I think for this playthrough, look at all this, basically the entirety of Wales almost is just sitting, with no infrastructure whatsoever. And in the game also, no, we're not making that joke. No. Yeah, what I was going to say, is that making money? The cannery? No, it's not. Yeah, I think for this run, it would be prudent of me not to liquidate the AI. I think the best course of action would be to most likely merge them. I mean, I said that as if there was like a third option. Is literally liquidate or merge. I think we're going to merge. Yeah, we're going to do that because otherwise I can't go anywhere once I've removed any of the track. So yeah, just buying out people's stock now. I'm going to work from Jim Hill first and see what we can do. I think we own. How much do we own now? 60% of Jim Hill's company. Not that it's worth much, you understand, but yeah, we'll do all that. I mean, some of it might be worth liquidating, but because we've got a lot of money invested in industries and these companies here, these industry. Yeah, if we get rid of another railroad company, the stuff that they're transporting to that location might stop, in which case we're going to lose out on that. So it's something that I'm not terribly keen on. Bristol Cannery, interesting. Okay. Whoa. That just got expensive very quickly, didn't it? And I haven't even connected it up yet. You know what, the AI can fight that out all they want. I'm going to start bidding on more of their company. Yeah, $250,000 for an industry that's not even connected. Best of luck, guys. Best of luck. Yeah. So, a bit more Brunel. Rail Newcomber shows Fangs goes on a buying spree. Huh. Halfway through Railway Mania. Look at that. Build the WNWR's Premier Line. Connect Birmingham, Liverpool, London, Manchester. Probably not going to bother. We might get it done, but it'll just be a case of we've got it done because, we've sort of randomised it there. We've randomly got there rather than got there as a main goal. That textile mill's really profitable, isn't it? Right, I just realised that all of the shares in the game have been bought out now. So, we'll do another check of 440 Claude Hamilton. There you go. So, passenger locomotive, 80 miles per hour. So, yes, a quick rundown of the stocks and shares as they stand at the moment. We have, at the bottom of the pile, Jim Hill on just passing 5 million. So, best of luck to them. After that, it is not as close as before, but it is George Hudson on 12.5 million, Isambard Kingdom Brunel on 13.2, and ourselves valued at 27.5. Contagious disease outbreak spurs record demand for medicine, which, to be fair, is good for us because that is our business. We are 100% on medicine there. So, whoa! I just realised we've got 2 million. That shot up quicker than I expected. So obviously I could buy out Jim Hill. There is an option for that. Or I could basically buy out my own company, but that's going to be about 10 million by the time we get there. So that might be a bit problematic. Or should we say this as it comes in? Remember, we got a record amount of money on this thing. So we've got the Manchester Wrexham Medical Express. 36, and then slowly goes down because it's supply and demand and all that. Wow. Good. Good for them. Has this guy connected? No. The cannery is in debt. Secure the royal jewels. Could railroad beat Baron Bout of royal family? It's possible. Page 3. Is that a 30 million? It is. Net worth of 30 million. Yeah, good. So, making money from the steel mill. They're not even taking the steel to Salisbury to then make money off that. Right? Shall I change that? I don't know if there's much I can do about that. I don't think there is. Can I... Hang on. Hang on. That's George. Am I even in Salisbury? I'm not. I was wondering why I can't build off that one. Let's have a quick look at this. They are trying to buy out the Salisbury Steels Mill. Why would they do that? They're not even transporting anything to it. Whatever. I'm buying out... No! Darn it. I didn't mean to get the stockyard. I don't know why I've clicked on that. Okay. Alright. I was going to bring arms over to here. So from there, can I get up and over? I don't think so. Salisbury Stockyard, you can have it, mate. Well done. Good purchase. 080 web compound. Yeah, they can have it for all of that money, since we're not going to use it ever. Grade is too steep. I might be able to get it up and over. That was sketchy. Right, okay. So this might look like something stupid, and to be fair, it sort of is. What I'm doing here is I'm going to try and do a bit of a triple loop. There's no way I'm connected. There's no way I can connect it to that, surely. No. No. Not at all. Unless I can go underneath here. Goes over a bridge. We can't go over the bridge. What I wanted to do is connect up that and that. But it's just not going to happen. Oh, hang on, what? I might get this. I need to turn the other way though. Let me spin the camera around, hang on. Go the other way, go the other way. Flip. Flip the... Other noises of disgust are available. There's the ES1 General Electric announces a new engine. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is go like that, and then up to here. That's not going to work. I know it's going to break. I knew it was going to break. And yeah, okay. The idea was to try and come from that point down there and have a triple loop where we make munitions. Right, War Factory. So we go for here. So it is all of the metal. Wait until full. Go there. Clear the car. Because Poole doesn't want munitions, but Portsmouth does. So there must be this one here. I'm going to say get rid of each one of those. Hang on, what the hell did I make over here? We have got a War Factory. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought we did. Right, so this thing, if I can select it, we want that. And Salisbury. Arms. Actually, we probably don't need that many. I think that'll be fine. Okay. And I've just realised I've got 10 million. Quite impressive. I'm going to wait until George is ready to be bought out. So there's our new... Is that our new locomotive? It is. It's screeching along. We've normally won the game by now. It's 1909, so it's still early in this map's in run. It finishes in 1957. That's when the game will cease to continue. I could go around and upgrade our locomotives, but I think we're okay as we are. Let's go to a terminal over there. Liverpool, did that go? No. Go to a terminal. It's quite obvious one. I think I've done Manchester, but double check. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, even here, look, Liverpool. Literally, there's been a steel mill there since the start of the game, and the air's not gone over to the Wrexham Mining Company. Yet they've managed to travel all the way from here, literally the opposite side of the map. They managed to get here, but they don't go that one little bit further. Because of course. Just going to double check, see if there's any industries that are making money that we can put a bid on. Not really. Not really there. Over here, not so much. Got the war factory on the go. You can see we now have steel. If I was to buy out Brunel, we'd get that steel mill and that stockyard, but they're making no money. Pointless. Don't need to do it. What I do need to do, and I will do just now, is buy out George. And we will merge. And Jim Hill, because we had the rest of that and merged that as well. Okay, I must confess, I didn't actually notice that second part. I knew we had lots of money, I think we had 60 or 70% of Jim Hill's company, but I didn't realise that the only person that owned the rest of it was George. Pullman's Palace car patent, plus 25% passenger livery bonus. I mean, it's ours for the taking, really, isn't it? I mean, Brunel's going to try and do something, but yeah, best of luck. By the time I started this sentence, we've already made 2 million, so, you know, good for us. So, 7 years for Railway Mania, middle part of the victory conditions. We're not trying to get a win off it via these, so it doesn't really matter. Goods report. We're on 79% for passengers, 83% for mail, and we're joint the same actually. 39% with myself and Brunel for food. Textiles were leading the way with 67%. No, sorry, 76%. Arms is 64%, yet we're the only person transporting it. Livestock, we have 1% of the livestock in the game. Brunel's got the rest, 69. Fish is 100% for George, not really anymore. Wool, 51 and 5% George and myself respectively. Nitrates, Jim Hill on 63 and ourselves on just past 7 there. Coal is 49% and 6% split between George and myself, and then medicine and steel, 100% across the board. Gigantic looms grow consumer confidence. Wool prices rise. Good. So we also all of our stock as well. That's something I've just realised because again it was George who had placed bid on. Basically, George it's been a bit of a weird one in a good way, I should point out, where basically they've been putting a lot of money into buying out stock. Well, everybody's stock actually. I was going to say my stock, but you know, they went pretty much across the line there. I don't know if they had any of Brunel's, but they certainly had Jim's and George's. And because obviously we've bought them out, we've got all of our own stock, which we're now valued at 69 million. Obviously we own Jim's company, we own George's company, and Brunel, they are valued at 22.3 million. It's going to be it's going to be say 12 million to buy their company out. And, well, we'll be able to do that, well, yeah, any second now. So that's been a bit of railroads. It was a challenge that, let's merge that one. Yeah, it's a challenge that someone had set in the comments, and, well, I think it has been one of the most challenging and one of the more interesting ones, to my mind. Yeah, it's not really occurred to me to run this sort of thing. But we did get there. I did think it was going to be a lot more harsh than it has been. That's not to say this has been easy. I mean, at the very start, we literally went from Wrexham all the way down to Salisbury, and we were transporting. There's 462A1. Yeah. So yeah, we went all the way to Salisbury, and we were just carrying passengers and mail. And then after that, we went all the way over to Hastings, and obviously then open. It was mainly just passengers and mail we've been transporting. But then obviously we got into buying out the businesses, the industries, should I say? Yeah, of where the AI was transporting their stuff. Again, not specifically marked against the challenge. Like, you know, the idea was to only go where the AI is and has been, which I think you know, maybe mistakes aside, certainly not deliberate ones, or breaking of the challenge, I think we've adhered to solidly. Whether or not the spirit is violated by buying out industries, I don't think so. It wasn't expressly forbid, but if you would like to see a run where we only go where the AI is and only buy out, you know, industries where we're at, for example, then let me know in the comments. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions, not just for this challenge, but for others, let me know in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.